Hi, it's Kevin May in the PhocusWire Studio, joined by Ella Stahl, VP of Sales, and Michael Levinson, Chief Product Officer at Gamitee.
Sir.
Now, we were talking before we went on air, and I said when I first heard of your company, I thought it was a gamification company because of the brand name, but it does have another meaning. So let's kind of set the record straight. What does the word actually mean?
So Gamitee is actually two words in Hebrew.
Okay.
Gamitee, which means also with me. So it's actually meant for groups. So.
Okay, right, which is very appropriate because of what you actually do, which is nothing to do with gamification. And it's about,
not yet, no.
Kind of collaboration of buying, okay?
Exactly.
Right.
The thing we realized is that most, if not all, purchase decisions in travel are actually group decisions.
Yeah.
But the websites themselves are optimized for solo buyers. Mm-hmm. And all the group conversation has to take place off the website. And that hurts the website's conversion.
Okay.
So what we do is we offer websites, our plugin, and that enables a collaborative browsing and decision-making platform as part of the website experience.
Right, so, yeah, I mean, I've been doing some research and seeing how it all kind of works. I mean, how difficult is it to do? Say I'm kevinmaytravel.com, I'm an OTA.
Yeah.
And I've sat here and listened to this and watched this video later on. I thought that's quite interesting. Actually, how easy is it for an OTA, for example, to integrate what you do?
Glad you asked that, because that is like one of our main pride points.
Yeah.
It requires one line of code from you. You need to add one line of code to your website. We do all the rest. So basically, we meet with our websites for two things. We agree on a design with them. We offer a design for our button that will match their UI. And then we do a meeting about data, discussing what kind of data would be most relevant and interesting for them to learn from us. And then we do all of the implementation on our side. Reading websites is what we do really well. And all the website has to do is just add one script tag, and then we're up and running on their website. It takes about a week.
Yeah, that seems extraordinary given the complicated nature of many kind of travel booking sites, right? So as our Chief Product Officer, I mean, I would imagine some OTAs or whoever it is that you're plugging into would saying, but I want it to sit within this part of the booking flow, or is it going to be on the homepage, at the discovery part, the inspiration part? What do you advise them to do, where to put, to kind of emphasize that the social element is there?
Right. We have standards that we offer our clients, which is put us on all your pages except the checkout ones, because that's where you don't want the users distracted by their group. But we integrate with the entire decision-making funnel, from the homepage all the way through the search results page and the product detail page.
Okay. And tell us then, let's kind of change tack a little bit then, how many people are using it, typically, in terms of the collaborative element of it? Is it just kind of families, or how?
No, we're seeing actually
many,
we're seeing many different use cases.
Okay.
Like sometimes we're seeing groups who, it's actually it's actually just a couple traveling, or even a one person traveling, but they want the advice of their neighbors who were there last week. So sometimes we see that use case.
Okay.
And sometimes we see a use case of a bigger group.
Yeah, like a bachelor party that want to fly to Prague together. We see lots of different kinds of groups. And that's because for almost all leisure travel, it's a group decision. Even if I'm flying solo, I would consult my friend who was there a month ago, right? And I would like his opinion. So I bring him over to the website to discuss.
See that as well. And and people who there are no instructions or anything, and people who click it just get it. It's very easy to use.
Excuse me. So back to the integration question then. So imagine, let's use your example of the stag weekend in Prague, right?
Right.
And there's 30 guys going, and they're all using the tool and saying, well, let's make sure we get a hotel on this side of the Charles Bridge. And they eventually, after lots of bickering, they decide where they want to go. How does it work in terms of filling in the booking part of it? Because you've then got 30 people with their own names, addresses, emails, passport numbers, right? So how does that bit work?
You've just pinpointed the next dot on our product roadmap.
Yeah.
So right now we're helping with the decision making.
We don't
integrate with the booking, with the actual reservation, but that's something that I know everybody in the industry wants to solve.
Right. So that's going to be arguably a lot more complicated to do than what you've done so far.
We have a very strong team. So.
Yeah,
you would say that.
We have been solving complicated problems.
Right.
We have some great minds, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you are probably going to find a lot more hurdles, whether it's regulations, whether it's data, whether it's
More than you know.
Yeah, we're already dealing with the data issue because, like, for many of the companies that we work with, one of their first questions is, to make sure that the data is secured and everything is okay.
Right.
So on that side, we're covered very well.
And there's something else you have to remember. Even when we solve just the decision making and not the booking, that translates to like 5% increase in overall sales. Just that.
Okay.
Right. So even without tackling this really big problem of splitting payments, you still have here a really, really big opportunity.
Okay. So tell me, last of all, the social aspect of it. Do they need to? And this is, forgive me for not doing any deeper research, but it's so they're looking. They're all starting to debate and discuss things. Are they doing that through a universal login, such as their Facebook account, or do they have to create something?
They don't have to create anything. Everything is ready for them on the website. So they would click a quick share button, and then they would have sharing options for like a shareable wish list that opens on the website. So they would add a few products that they're interested in. Then they would start inviting each other. They could do it via WhatsApp, Facebook, any social media, email, whatever they want. They send this link to their friends, all the links, everyone logs on, and then they can do it from their phones, from wherever they want. But they see it on the website, so they can have the chat on the website. So someone can say, oh, that looks like a nice hotel, but the dates aren't great. And then they just remove it and add the, different dates. Everything's on the website, so they don't have to do the back and forth with the WhatsApp that's usually done.
So you say it's one line of code and it's a module that sits within the system. I mean, is there any, so maybe this is part 3 of your integration roadmap, whatever term you used, that you will be sharing the kind of the chat summaries or the data around the chat, so that when people are on the site, the kind of the advertising changes based on what they're talking about.
Yeah, we have to. We want to keep our users' information as private as possible. We would never share the content itself of the conversation.
Right.
What we will allow is an API for our clients to do automatically without them ever seeing the actual conversation, being able to use sentiment analysis that we can provide for them to engage with their clients for what their clients find relevant.
So it's different if your group is a family or if your group is, a bunch of friends, and that we will be able to share.
Yeah. Okay. So just back to the roadmap bit then. So when is this kind of next phase coming? The arguably the more complicated
product
guy. Come on.
As soon as possible.
Or it's already in the stages of implementing.
Assuming not this year, but in 2020 would it be?
2020, yeah, of course.
Okay, and sorry, I said it was the last question, but genuinely the last question this time. Give us a sense of what your funding has been so far and how you've used your money.
So we've raised seed round so far, and we're expecting to open an A round soon.
Okay, how much do you need? Not that I've got it. But, do you need a lot of money to build the technology that you're doing, or is it more of a marketing effort?
No, actually, mostly we want to grow. We need we want a bigger team, and we're getting so much interest. So, kind of to be able to provide that, we need to first grow. So that's where most of the money is going to go. We barely touch marketing because we don't do any customer acquisition. We use the customers of our customers. So that's not where the money is going.
Okay, Michael Levinson, Stahl. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.